So, Friar, who's got the edge in Game 4 overall? In the DK Sportsbook, Celtics will be 4-point favorites currently at home.
So I still think I'm going to take the Warriors in this one, but right now the Celtics they obviously look great. Momentum has meant nothing to them throughout the course of the postseason, whether it's good or bad. It just has not meant anything, as much as they do have back-to-back wins a few times in the past couple series. And of course, they smoked the Nets in 4. But yeah, I still think part of me is still leaning towards the Warriors just because the NBA is not going to want to see this series end in 5. It's been too entertaining through these first 3 games, even though it's been a double-digit win every single time. So right now, the Celtics look great. I think that they are mature. They've matured immensely over just the course of this postseason, never mind the entire season. But I can't help but think the Warriors are going to have to pull at least one out in Boston.
Yeah, and Whalen, Curry's status will obviously move the needle here.
Yeah, I would like to say that the series is even 2-2 and, we get, kind of a guaranteed at least game 6. But the Curry thing is huge, right? I think he said after the game, it kind of feels the same as when I had my foot injured late in the regular season, which caused him to miss, I think, like 10 or 15 games to end the year. So that's not a great sign. And I think chances are he pushes through it. But like I said earlier, Curry played pretty well in this game. He didn't get injured until, well after the game was pretty much decided. And Golden State still lost by double digits. It's hard to watch that game last night and then come up with a coherent argument for why Golden State will absolutely go win in Boston. I think that the Celtics team is playing really confidently. They've come out really in all 3 games. They've been the more aggressive team. They've jumped out to leads right away. And I think the play of Jaylen Brown has kind of changed everything, right? I think he was a guy that coming into this series, you still weren't quite sure exactly what you're getting, game to game with Jaylen Brown. And I think he has kind of flipped the narrative. He has been the more dominant player, I think, between he and Jason Tatum. I think when all is said and done, Tatum's probably going to have better numbers at the end of the series, but Jaylen Brown has been more aggressive. He's had the bigger kind of individual plays, it feels like. And, while Klay Thompson did kind of bounce back in game 3, I think, you could say Curry and Tatum is kind of a wash, but the difference between Jaylen Brown and the Warriors' second best player in this series has been massive.
Yeah, Jeff, what's your early betting approach here?
The Celtics should have the edge in this game. I think both of the guys have been spot on here. They once again showcased their trademark resiliency, and then they remained undefeated coming off a loss in the playoff. But that being said, we've seen the Celtics team get really complacent coming off wins when they had a chance to take commanding leads in the postseason. Not only that, but we've seen them get really complacent at home. They have the opportunity to take a commanding lead in this series in game 4. It's all about focus and execution on both sides. For me, from a betting angle, it's all about what we hear about Steph Curry in this one. If he really is banged up, even questionable coming into this game, I would lean towards the Celtics just because they are the better team in this matchup. And we've seen that they're able to execute. And when Curry's not hitting these ridiculous shots, getting the Warriors back in these ones, the Celtics are so close to pulling away into these contests. So if he's not 100%, I think the Celtics right now, I like them in this matchup. But if he's ready to go, he looks good heading into warm-ups, etc. The Warriors, they have enough in their arsenal to bounce back in this one.